I'm back home now and I feel quite nauseous after having such a huge amount of sugar, even though it's been 2 hours since I had those churros. They were absolutely delicious, but feel quite sickly right now. So, do I regret my decision of having churros? Not really. In the moment, they were great, but I wish I had not eaten as many as I did. So, partial regret, maybe. Anyways, I thought on getting. I can't speak. At 7 p.m., I generally forget how to have full conversations, especially when I'm trying to vlog, which I haven't done in such a long amount of time. But what I was trying to say is I wanted to hop on here and have a little chinwag with you guys on something that I've been thinking about for the past couple of hours. Actually, the past 24 hours, because I was watching a video yesterday that sort of instigated this thought process. This is something I already knew about, but sort of reignited this feeling of, getting on with this and incorporating this into my life. And then today, just the general day and general mood of people in the office, and then listening to the news and corporate world in the UK, you gather. The thing I was thinking about, and the thing that I wanted to talk to you about, was how I wanted to approach any sort of period of uncertainty in my life, and potentially how you could approach any period of uncertainty in your lives. And I wanted to really take this time to think about how I want to ensure that going forth, I focus as much as possible. I know we're here at the end of the day and we sort of wish-wash and struggle with loads of things, and this might be one of them, but I really want to focus on things that are truly in my control. Things that are truly in my control include things like my thoughts, include things like my actions, include things like my approach to a situation whilst it's happening, post it happening, and focusing on just things that are truly in my control and leaving the rest to the universe. And in a scenario where the things don't happen the way I would like them to, accepting that truly that is the best decision for me, accepting that that truly is the best outcome for me, whilst never losing my faith in the outcome that I desire. I feel like the way that I can continue, and I already do this to a great extent, but I feel like the way that I can continue to focus on things that are truly in my control is being grateful for the things that I already have, which I know might not sound very related, but I feel like only when you're truly at peace and when you're truly content can you actually work towards the things that you desire with a very clear, positive intention. And I will always go back to feeling this immense feeling of gratitude to allow me to be at peace and content with my current position in life. Of course, there are things in my life, even today, that I want to change or thought would be different by this point in my life. And I feel like I'm struggling or behind on so many things in my life, and I don't know if I'll even get there. But that doesn't take away from the fact that I have already so much at this very moment in time. And a lot of things that I have at this moment in time are things that I asked for, prayed for. I need to constantly remind myself that. And I also constantly need to be grateful for the things that have worked out, but also not worked out in my life, because they've led me to the very moment today, now, that I'm currently experiencing, which, in all honesty, is a good moment. It's going okay. So I feel like it always, whatever way of thinking I like to dive into or try to sort of make my, way of thinking going forth, which in this scenario is focusing on things that are in my control, it still always ties back to this feeling of gratitude. And that feeling of gratitude is something that I have been championing for the past couple of years. I remember speaking to somebody who had probably met for the second time or something, and we were talking about it, and I was like, look, I've started this new thing where before going to bed I sort of mentally just checklist things that I'm grateful for, and every day is kind of different, but there are some things that I'm constantly grateful for. Includes things like health, of family and myself, includes a roof over my head, food, a job, just an experience of life that I get to do in the way I get to do, just so many things like so. And then some days it's a bit more nuanced to that particular day that I experienced, or I don't know, I got to have this great experience at a wedding in India. I don't know, I'm just giving you for examples, but most days the very basic things are always covered, and that was something I had started then, and I remember him having a go at it and feeling great about it. And I feel like the more you get into the habit of doing something of that sort, the more you train your mind to be grateful at every given moment in time. So it's not something that I do just before going to bed now. It'll be things like I'm in the car and I don't know, looking outside and it's absolutely exquisite. I will be very grateful to experience nature in that form, or experience a city in that form, or get to even have a ride in the car, because not many people get to experience that. Just everything and anything then becomes a moment of feeling grateful. If I see somebody struggling in some way, shape or form that I'm not experiencing, that there'll be a prayer out for that person, but also a form of gratitude to be like, wow, I didn't know that people struggle, or I knew that people struggle in that form, and thank you for not giving me that. Or by no means is this demeaning somebody who is struggling, but it's just giving you more opportunities to be grateful for the life that you currently are given. And I feel like once you get into that mindset, you then approach a mindset of being at peace, and then that allows you to approach things in a manner where you realize that there are things that are not in your control, and despite those things not being in your control, you working on the things that are in your control and leaving everything else in the universe will work out, because it has in the past, which is why you have so many things to be grateful for. It's quite a nice cycle, really, if you think about it. And yeah, that was really it. I mean, I was just thinking about the fact that, look, there'll constantly be things in your life that will go up and down, right? Your life will ebb and flow. Some days will be better than others, but maintaining that stream of consciousness and thinking about everything that is going right will generally truly help yourself being more peaceful, more content, and in a way, I guess, also multiplying that into the universe. I feel like it's almost like, I don't know, I'm thinking this on the spot right now, which is why this is all over the shop, but think about it, right? Someone bakes you a cake and you have that cake and you don't say anything back, or just are like, whatever, thank you. The chances of you getting a cake the second time around from the same person are slim. But now if you have that cake and you love it and you enjoy it and you're grateful for it, and you tell that person, thank you so much for giving me this cake, it was absolutely delicious, and probably even mentioned a couple more times, the chances of you getting that cake or getting another cake from the person are a lot higher. So it's almost like you, in order to attain anything more, you have to appreciate what you already have, because only then will the universe know that you're actually enjoying what you have, or are happy for something, right? And even if there are things that are not going well, find the positive within that. It's really hard, but I don't want to give examples that are too specific, because then I might get cancelled. But I think, and it's not, I won't get cancelled because I'm saying anything wrong, but people have obviously very varying views. But I think focusing on what is going right in that moment of, difficulty, as hard as it is, I feel like will help you see that there are things that are going right, and there is a possibility for things to go the way you intend them to. But yeah, I think going forth, and especially during this time when there's so much despair around the world and generally just a lot of uncertainty, and it has been going on for the past couple of years, but I guess it feels like it's not just ending, and I feel like we're coming to this point where it just feels just exhausting, just for me, and maybe for you, I don't know if this is helpful at all, just focusing on things that are truly in your control and working towards it, and not losing that hope and not losing that dream, is the way I would hope that we all choose to live our lives. And yeah, that was what I was talking about. That was what I was thinking about. I don't think it came out the way that I was thinking about. I probably should write it down next time I have these thoughts, but it was a bit of a ramble, if you will, but I hope you gathered something from it, if at all anything. I mean, the only thing you gathered was to be grateful and get into the mindset of being grateful at least once a day will help you finding things that you should be grateful for at every given moment in life. And trust me, it's such a good feeling to have, to realize that you are truly so blessed. Even you watching this video, you having connection to the internet, or having access to YouTube. Not many people have those things, and it might sound very trivial, but it truly is such a blessing that you get to experience the life that you are currently experiencing in the way that you are, because people not everybody experiences it the way that you are. And I appreciate that your life might be very difficult at the moment, and you might be struggling, and you might be going through hardships, and I genuinely pray that things go well and everything works out the way you intend them to. But I think in order for you to at least get through those difficult times, with knowing that things will always get better in the end, it'll be helpful for you to get into that mindset of feeling grateful for the things that you do have, because it'll just help you feel better, or at least I hope that it will. Anyways, give it a go and see if it works out. If it doesn't, there's nothing lost. You've not, it's not a bad thing to try. You're not losing out on anything. If anything, if it works out, you've only gained a great way to live life. But yeah, that was it. It was a bit of a ramble. I've already said that. I need to now continue to drink tons of water, because I still have that sweet taste of churros in my mouth, which I desperately need to get rid of. I'm not a sweet tooth person. Ow. I'm not a sweet tooth person, and I had way too much sugar, which is not my vibe. Anyways. Cool, that was all. I will see you when I see you guys. I'm gonna end this vlog here, and speak to you all later. Bye.